All right, guys. So we're coming to the end of our time in New Jersey for this trip, and it's been incredible of an experience. I really judged New Jersey in the wrong way. I guess everybody that I met in Florida that said they were from New Jersey, not everybody, because I do know some incredible people from New Jersey, but I met a lot of people down there from New Jersey, and I think 90% of them were not the best representations of what New Jersey is about. I've really enjoyed my time here, and my opinion about New Jersey has been reshaped completely. I've met some incredible people. I've been to some incredible places. I've had some incredible food, and I could even see myself living here someday if the economical means were present to support it, because it is a very fancy, expensive place. So overall, I would say that I really enjoy my time here. I look to coming back someday again. It's not what I thought I would think about New Jersey, so it has definitely been kind of eye-opening, I would say. I would also say I was kind of mistaken, and like I said, I've met some incredible people, had some awesome food. It's been a great time here. The weather right now is incredible. I don't know about maybe once we get closer to winter. I hear that's brutal, but right now the weather's great, and I really enjoyed it. In fact, I thought I would just, New Jersey would just be a place to be in the meantime until I hopped over in New York. But I actually enjoyed my time here. It's been very pleasant. I haven't ran into any street hustlers or anybody rude or anything like that. It's been a really pleasant experience for the most part. Also, courtesy has been kind of surprising, because I understood people from New Jersey to be kind of rude, and this is all based off the people I've met in Florida. So I guess the people here in this part of New Jersey just aren't like that. It seems like the people here are actually some of the coolest people I've ever met, and for the most part, it seems that I just had bad representations of New Jersey in the places that I've been, because overall courtesy seems to be pretty good. People seem to be fairly friendly. Conmigo no. Seems like now in the daytime as we're walking around, there are a lot of hustlers, but since I got the camera out, they seem to just kind of leave you the crap alone. It's just like, I guess they know what they're looking for, and I'm not it today. Not sure. And yes, Hoboken used to be a different type of place. It used to be, I talked to a local who filled me in a little bit of the history. She says it used to be almost like a slum back in the day, but today it's kind of more like hipsterville. So it's kind of changed a lot. Kind of, oh my gosh, a Hoboken sweater. Brands at ridiculous prices. I gotta get in there. I would love to get a Hoboken shirt. Can I get a shirt, baby?
Huh?
I want to get a shirt. This is Hoboken on it.
Okay.
You want to keep walking?
I want to start heading back.
Huh?
I want to start heading back.
I could definitely use a Hoboken shirt. What are you talking about?
Okay.
So it's been really interesting. Like I said, back to courtesy of people. I have really, have experienced that it's not as bad as I thought it was. You know, like, people aren't honking the horns at each other and flicking each other off, and they're not angry at the world. I mean, I thought I was going to encounter the meanest, rudest people on earth, and I have actually encountered very friendly people, very decent people. So it just seems that for some reason the representations of this place that I had run into where I live just weren't the most accurate. So it's been quite the experience. It wasn't what I thought it would be. And I do look forward to coming back. Oddly enough. But that's not what I thought in my brain would happen when I came to New Jersey. But I am a person that gives places opportunities to prove me wrong. Like, I gave Alabama an opportunity to prove me wrong. At first it seemed, well, like they... You want to walk back into the store and see if you find something I like?
Huh?
You want to walk back into the store, see if you can find something I like?
What store?
The clothing store?
The clothing store?
Yeah, the one that had the clothes. You want to go back to there? You got a phone, I got a phone. Go in there and see. You know what I like. See if you can find me something, and I'll meet you back in a little bit, alright? Same thing for you, okay? Not this one, baby. Look, baby. Down there, the one that had the clothes outside. So for the most part, really New Jersey impressed me. At least this part of New Jersey where I'm at now. Even though it's a big city, what I consider like small town vibes, it's just this. People walking outside, little mom and pop businesses. Another thing that I've noticed for the most part is that every restaurant I've gone to, it looks like the locals seem to really know each other. Like where I had lunch or breakfast today, customer walked in, waitress knew him by first name. Another customer walked by and they greeted each other by name. Hey, Frank, Tony, whatever. They all know each other. So even though it's a big city, there are like little ecosystems within that city where everybody is kind of micro society within that, where everybody knows everybody. And even in small towns, you don't always see that. So it surprised me that for being just a large city, so many people know each other that way. That really caught me off guard and surprised me that so many people know each other. And that's what I consider small town. Small town is when you walk, to me, in my mind, my definition, when you walk into a place and the waitress already knows who you are. You know what I mean? Where you have a routine. So even though it's a big, giant, diverse place with hundreds of little neighborhoods, within those neighborhoods, there is a sense of community and history. You know, for example, I was in Alabama for a year. Maybe twice I met older people who would school you on the history of their neighborhood or whatever. In fact, they might have just told you something about them personally. But today I sit in front of this restaurant and I had somebody who's from the neighborhood school me on this place. History, businesses, buildings, where you would think a place this big wouldn't have that, but it really does. So there's definitely a sense of community that's a little bit more elaborate than what I understood. So yeah, I like it a lot. I'm not gonna say I don't. Would I want to live here permanently? Probably not. It's a little bit too hectic for me all the way around. So it's probably too hectic for me. It's probably more hectic than I would want to deal with on a daily basis. But for the most part, it's nice. And there is a walk through Hoboken. Let's walk ourselves back now. Try to find Katie. The diversity of the place is incredible. Yeah, there's great stuff about the place. It's really interesting. And again, I'm Cuban, and there's a Cuban restaurant right there, which to me was a little expensive, but that's what city life costs. There's a Cuban restaurant right there. It's called the Cuban, and there's also La Isla over there where we ate at earlier. So it seems like there's enough Cuban stuff here to keep me happy. Now, what I have noticed about restaurants is when you sit down to eat at these restaurants, you better have all day long. Sitting down in a restaurant here seems like it's an hour plus experience. Nobody's in a rush, which is kind of not what I expected. I expected, being a bigger place, that people would kind of rush you and you would be kind of forced out of your table, even though there's signs that say you're only allowed to be on a table for 25 minutes or whatever. In practice, it's a very elaborate process. It takes a lot of time, so it's not as rush as you would think it is, or you would think it would be. So all that combines to be surprising to me, because it's not what I expected. And that's why you travel, so that the experiences that you get are accurate and they're not based on misconceptions or misinformation or information that's outdated. Like most of my friends, they are outdated, because even though they're from this place 20, 30 years ago. So the stories that they tell me about New Jersey are stories from 20, 30 years ago, and they don't accurately reflect what it's really like today. And that happens everywhere. Some places change for the better. Some places change for the absolute worst. But there's definitely enough to keep the mind busy out here, with so many different people. So many different people moving around, so much activity. It's definitely good for the brain to see all this activity. It is certainly good for the brain to see people, to see activity, to see movement, to see life. It's just incredible. And I think there's hundreds of these neighborhoods scattered all throughout this metropolitan area to discover the better ones and the good ones. So definitely a lot to explore here. I wish I had more time. I'm still not decided how much time I want to spend in the New York City area, but so far it's been incredible. And let me tell you, the ones that go to Florida are not the ones that I've met here. Y'all keep exporting the bad stuff. Keep sending it down to Florida, people. All right, there it is. I'm going to check out this little clothing store and see if there's anything I like. And then we're done. There's a walk through Hoboken, New Jersey. I hope you guys like it. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. And we're out.